Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is new in theaters. Harrison Ford in his 5th go-round as Indy. Now, I adore the 3 original Indy movies from the 80s. The 4th one they made years later, not so much. How does this one stack up?
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
It's set in the late 60s with an 80-year-old Ford, extra grizzled now as the daredevil archaeologist, this time joined by his spunky goddaughter, Fleabag's Phoebe Waller-Bridge, on a race to keep another one of those ancient doodads that could change history out of the hands of the Nazis, this time bad villain Mads Mikkelsen. Now, it's the first Indiana Jones movie not directed by Steven Spielberg, and you can tell it's definitely missing that Spielberg magic. It's James Mangold, maker of Logan and Ford v Ferrari, who steps in. Good director, there's just something kind of heavy and joyless about his sequel. And it's kind of too long and could use a little oomph. But there's also some fun old-school action here and there, and Ford is terrific in the quiet character moments. So, no, not as good as the 3 originals, but a little better send-off than the last one. 3 stars, just barely.
But people love mermaids.
Of course they do. People are stupid.
All right, now joining Indy New in theaters today is the animated Ruby Gillman teenage Kraken, about a shy teen horrified to learn she comes from a royal line of sea monsters and that mermaids are her sworn enemy. Lana Condor and Jane Fonda provide voices.
Childhood sweethearts who reconnect 20 years later and realize they were meant for each other.
While to select local cities comes the Indy Past Lives, about childhood lovebirds from Korea reunited decades later. With Russian doll's Greta Lee, reviews are terrific. And not yet, but this Monday, a thriller called Sound of Freedom is going to hit a bunch of local theaters. That has Jim Caviezel out to rescue kids from human traffickers.
Do you hear what you're asking me to do?
I can't do this without you.
All right, the new and home on demand. Mel Gibson reunites with Man Without a Face kid Nick Stahl 30 years later for Confidential Informant, about a dying cop who plots to be killed in the line of duty for his family. It stars Dominic Purcell and Kate Bosworth.
I think we should all go to Italy.
And some big movies streaming now, too. The Book Club sequel with Diane Keaton and company. You can see that on Peacock now. While that new Children of the Corn reboot is added to Shudder.
This corruption goes way higher than the CIA.
Then Amazon drops a final season of that Tom Clancy Jack Ryan series with John Krasinski. Apple debuts Hijack, which puts Idris Elba on a hijacked plane. And Max has Rock Hudson, All That Heaven Allowed, a documentary about that closeted actor.
Dangers we've seen foretell an even more menacing future.
And then finally, Netflix has new episodes of The Witcher. The game show Is It Cake 2. New thriller Run Rabbit Run, Succession's Sarah Snook's daughter acting strangely.
You're never gonna defeat the twisted steel and sex appeal.
Plus Muscles and Mayhem, a docuseries about the 90s TV sensation American Gladiators. And Netflix has a big new animated movie, Nimona.
I can help you, but promise me you won't freak out.
I promise!
Even when you see the horn?
Horn!
It's based on the graphic novel about a shape-shifting hero. It stars the voices of Riz Ahmed and Chloe Grace Moretz. That's a look at what's new from the director's chair.